Hello, everybody. Dr. Rick Wallace here, leaving the office. You know, normally this time of the day when I am doing a video, rolling along, I'm normally submitting a video or recording a video for the Black Voice channel. I normally do all of my behavioral, performance, life enhancement, self-improvement stuff in the morning while I'm in the office. But today was a busy day. I didn't get a chance to do morning motivation. And I'm sitting here and I'm going home, and it's been one of those challenging days, and it sort of reminded me of how it can be. And, you know, and then I started to imagine people who are still trying to get over that first hump, people who are still trying to find the groove, find the niche, find where they fit in this world so that they can make their imprint. And it can be challenging. I can tell you that from a wealth of experience that you're going to run into challenges. It's not going to come easy. What I want to share with you here, first and foremost, is that this is about a commitment to something. There's a point, I don't know any other way to explain faith to you, but to say that there's a point when faith is true and the vision or the dream is so big that facts no longer matter. What do I mean? I have said this, and if you read Critical Mass, you'll find it in Critical Mass. You'll find it in a number of my other books where I say that faith transcends facts. And people get confused. Facts are facts, facts are facts. But facts are simply the observed reality or the observed situation as it is. Faith controls the interpretation of the facts. And how the facts are interpreted determines how you approach it and how you deal with it. If your faith looks at it and says, we can't overcome it, that it's going to destroy us, it will ultimately destroy you. If your faith sits up and says, we're just going to have to ride it out and see where it goes, you're going to end up being in a situation where you toss to and fro. But if your faith says we're built for this, if your faith says I can overcome it, if your faith says there's nothing too hard, if your faith says I can get this done and I will not stop until I do it, it will get done. But see, the vision and the dream have to be bigger than any facts. The bigger the vision, the more anchored you become. And see, we live in a world that study tries to drown the dream. Get your head out of the clouds. Stop daydreaming. Be more realistic. That's not realistic. You're going to fall. You're going to fail. Failure is a part of growth. Failure is a part of the process. Stop fearing failure. Failure trains you and prepares you to win. You win in the gym because you fail and you fatigue in your training. What does it do? It takes you to the point where your body doesn't have anything left, but it prepares you to go a little bit further the next time you come. And you keep getting stronger, you keep getting stronger, and you keep getting stronger till you go in there and you blow those workouts out. And even when you start hitting fatigue and you start hitting the burn, you understand that the pain is there to help you, and now you are interpreting the pain in a different way than you initially interpreted the pain, and now you're going to get the pain because you can win, you can beat it. And that's the same thing with life. You've got to learn how to beat the pain. You've got to learn how to understand that the pain cannot destroy what has been destined to happen. The very definition of destiny says that no matter what you do to stop it, you only ensure that it happens. Nobody can stop your destiny but you. And the only way you can stop your destiny is by not pursuing it, by not applying yourself, by not challenging yourself to live at the level of your design. I understand. Listen, I understand. I understand with great clarity and empathy. I've been in a bunch of places. I didn't grow up with a silver spoon in my mouth. I grew up blessed. My family didn't lack anything, but we lived in an impoverished area. We ate every day. The bills never went unpaid, but we were far from being rich. But most of the people around us struggled, and I got to see struggle. But, you know, even in our house, there wasn't an abundance where I saw how other people were living outside of that community at a certain point in time as I got older and went different places. And it definitely was what I was experiencing. But I was able to come out of that. I was able to grow into something. I was able to write my narrative in my mind and determine what I was going to do. And that was a point in time I knew how my life would be. I just didn't know how I was going to get there. And then I started to move toward it, and things started to happen. Providence started to invest itself in me. Once I invested in myself, once I became committed to doing whatever it took to get to where I need to get within the reason, within the confines of ethics and morality. I had made up in my mind that I will not be denied. I will not be held back. And I went out there and I did it. But let me tell you, it wasn't easy. It wasn't easy. There's a step-by-step process of growth that you have to go through. It's called process. And this process is going to take you through some things that are going to be uncomfortable. This process is going to introduce you to delay. Let me tell you something. Delay does not mean denial. Delay does not mean that it's not going to happen. Delay is testing your resolve to stay focused, to stay planted, to stay pushing forward. And that's where the blessings come from. That's where the promises are made. That's where the prizes are achieved. It's in pushing past the point of delay, past the point of disappointment, past the point of hardship and frustration, past the point of, oh my God, what did I get myself into? All of that. The greatness is on the other side of fear. The greatness is on the other side of pain. The greatness is on the other side of frustration. You're going to have to go through it. You're going to have to endure it. But there's a process. There's a mindset that gets you through. There's a way of thinking that gets you through. You can't get in with stinking thinking. You will not get in with limited beliefs. The one thing I tell people all the time, the only limits that exist are the ones that you accept in your mind. And people say that's bullcrap. This happens, that happens. I have seen everything. I've seen people believe they can defy odds, defy even laws of nature, and do it. And to the extent that they believe they can. We ride in planes because somebody defied the law of nature. We have people running the mile in under 4 minutes because Roger Bannister decided that he could do it. And it was that simple. His training didn't change. He simply, in his mind, ran the race 1,000 times in his mind, literally ran sub 4 minute miles in his mind for 1,000. He said, I did it in my mind for 1,000 times. And when I stepped on the track, the body responded to the brain. That's the power of the mind. That's the power of the brain. That's the power to change things. But you got to change your thinking. See, he went from thinking he couldn't to thinking he can. Then he went from thinking he can to sitting up and doing it in his mind. And the beautiful thing about the mind is that it cannot distinguish between what is being imagined and what is actually happening. So if you can become creative in your imagination, if you can picture it, if you can put it out there and you can make it very distinguished and very lucid and very vivid, then the mind will actually believe that you're there, and you will actually start to experience the emotion of being there. It's that emotion that will anchor it. It's that emotion that you'll consistently be reminded of when you start to sit up and have those moments. This is what my vision feels like. I can't let that go. You've got to know how to do that. That's what I do for my clients. That's what I do for my clients. I teach them how. That's why that's the concept of Visionetics. That's where the Visionetics Institute originates from. It's the concept of being able to visualize and create the vision and then map out the process after the vision is created. You got to know where you want to go. You know, you want to create your own business. You want to be successful in business. You want to be successful in finance. You want to be a millionaire. You want to be a bunch of different things. It all starts with seeing it in your mind and then doing it. What I want to do is I want to make an offer to you. For the 5 people who are serious about changing their life, there's going to be a link in the description box. I'm going to launch you into the next stratosphere. If you're serious, hit the link. Don't ask no questions. If you're serious and you hit the link, come make it happen. Be ready to give of yourself. I'll be ready to give of myself. And together we will make it happen.